and Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the love and support that y'all show on my channel, man. I promise, I humbly appreciate that. Thank y'all for the comments, man. Thank y'all for the words of encouragement. Just thank y'all for everything, man. I don't mind people disagreeing with me. I don't mind if people giving their opinions on me or what I say or what I do or what I need to do better. I take heed to all of that, even though at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want to do. But at the same time, I like to listen and get an understanding. And if it makes sense, I will always change for the family. So thank y'all once again for subscribing to my channel and sharing my channel. Thank y'all so much. But before we get started, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Now, it's this African in Ohio. He's an African male nurse in Ohio. And he made a disturbing video by saying in his caption, inserting a catheter, if I said that wrong incorrectly, y'all forgive me, but inserting a catheter inside a female Gen Z patient. That's what he said. And I'm going to stop right here so y'all can watch the video so y'all can have context of what I'm talking about. Now, y'all see that video and y'all see what I'm talking about. This man made a sexual reference, in my opinion, with that video by playing Are We Gonna Fuck Tonight by Gunna. But why you want to use that as a background? Then talking about inserting this catheter into a woman or to a young girl, because Gen Z can be between the ages of 14 and 28 or 29. So that lets me know that he's probably looking at young girls. Now I don't know if he work in a gynecologist office or whatever. Some people say he do, some people say he don't, some people just know he a nurse somewhere. But a lot of people say he work at a gynecologist office. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put that bad information out there. But if he is, that is so sickening, yo. That is so sickening and disgusting. And that's what the problem with these Africans out here. It's a lot of these freak bull Africans that's in the healthcare field. There are a lot of stories I heard about these funky flip-flop wearing Africans, man, where women that work with these Africans feel so uncomfortable around these Africans. These Africans just be staring at the women nurses and stuff. Because, our black American nurses look good as hell. Our sisters look good, but they just be staring at them. Because you know how an African will stare at you when you walk somewhere. That's how they be staring at. And these are people that work there with these people. And they got to deal with these people. Deal with the hostility from these funky flip-flop wearing ass Africans. Who want to deal with that? But it saddens me, though, because I can only imagine the women that sat on that bed. The women that had to deal with certain things from him. There's no telling how he was acting. It don't tell if he was just looking. It don't tell if he was smiling at it. It don't tell if he was giving that sexual look that he gave in that video to a woman laying on that bed with her legs spread open. We don't know if our little teenage girls had to lay on that bed with this funky flip-flop wearing African between their legs doing whatever, sticking a catheter in her. We don't know. We don't know how these people are, man. And we got these people working around us, working on our bodies. I'm hearing stories about how these Africans are some people doctors around here. I heard a lot of horror stories dealing with these Africans. But before I get there, let me stick on this African right quick. For him to feel that comfortable enough to make a video like that with that song playing in the background and looking at the catheter and with his tongue stuck out. Trying to look sexy while doing it. You know how sick that is? That's a sick African right there, bro. You gotta be a sick African for that. And Africans are sick like that. We see how these people maneuver and move in their own homeland with their women, with their children. We see what they do to the elderly out there. Even in South Africa, y'all, it's a warning for women out there that even for the disabled women are unsafe around these African men in South Africa. Look that up. I want y'all to look that up on how they are wording disabled women at alarming rates out there. Disabled. That's how sick these funky flip-flop wearing Africans are. That's sad and sickening, man. Then this, so he made a response video, y'all. He made a response video, and here it go. Before I even say anything, I want y'all to listen to this. So here it go.
Good evening, everyone. I came up here this evening because a video I made has been trending online and not in a good way, and the whole context that I intended in passing out has been totally misinterpreted and people taking it inappropriately. And I just came up here to take full accountability and to say I am so sorry for making that.
Y'all hear what this African said, bro? Did y'all just hear what this African said? He gonna tell us that it's out of context, that we taking it out of context. He ain't mean it for it to be like that. Do these Africans think we stupid? Do these Africans think we dumb? Do these Africans think we lack like low comprehension skills like they have? Huh? That's part of these Africans' nature, yo. That's an African. It's bad enough, y'all, that our black American women, our black American young girls, even our boys and some men and our elderly had to be uncomfortable around a lot of male health professionals. It's bad enough that stigma hangs on black male health professionals or just male health professionals just in general. You could be white, Chinese, Indian, black, whatever. A lot of you have some women that prefer male gynecologists, male health professionals, just males in general. They prefer that. I heard stories about that. You know, my mom has a male as her doctor. I get it. But then you have on the other side, there are other women that are not comfortable having males around them just because of, just because of, jeez, I'm about to say something else. Just because of Africans like him. Because he ain't the only freak bull African. There are some freak bulls just period in the healthcare game. But it's just sad to see an African feel this goddamn bold to post a video like that and have a caption. Talking about Gen Z girls. Inserting the catheter in Gen Z girls and playing a freak song as your background music. Then trying to look sexy with the catheter in your hand. But you talking about we misinterpreted. It was out of context. That video was not out of context at all. Just Africans in general in the healthcare field is very dangerous for us as black Americans. Not just the freak bulls, but just the treatment that some of our black Americans have to go through dealing with this stuff. It's sad. It's sad, man. Countless and countless stories of sisters I know that work in the nursing field. There are nurse practitioners or even some that are doctors, but mostly the nurse practitioners, the nurses, the CNAs, people like that work in these hospitals with these Africans, and how these Africans be trying to get them fired so they can bring their other African in. It be the Caribbeans, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing about the Haitians doing the same thing to my black American nurses out there. I hear about my Florida people. I know what's going on, especially in South Florida, dealing with them funky ass immigrants out there on how they try to snitch on y'all, how they trying to nitpick everything you do, then run to the manager and tell all your business and stuff like that, lying on you, and they don't even work hard like you do. Reason why this kind of pissed me off and it's kind of triggering because my daughter, right, for years, man, when my daughter was getting her menstrual cycle, right, she always had these violent cramps. Hold on, y'all. I think my lips ashy, man. I'm kind of dehydrated I'm still fasting. I ain't drink no electrolyte, so if I keep doing my lips like this, don't y'all judge me, okay? I'm not a crackhead, you know. I just be playing. I ain't playing with my nose and that. Just make sure my lips ain't too chappy. It's chappy, but you know, don't y'all make fun of me now. I know how we joke, but y'all would joke over. I don't care. But when my daughter started first getting her menstrual cycle, they used to be very violent. Like my daughter used to have these violent cramps, man. And by me being a single father, you know, I had women around her too. You know, some of my homegirls, they'll tell me, well, you know, everything I need to do. So we tried different remedies. We put heating pads on her stomach, make sure Midol, whatever you could think of, we done tried. Even we went to the doctor, you know what I'm saying? And we were trying to avoid her, trying to put on birth control, try to eliminate so much pain, like the pain in her stomach, whatever, if I'm saying that right. But I remember one day, y'all, we had to go to an emergency room, right? And my daughter was in like pain, yo. She had to be like, my baby was around like 15 or 16 at the time, man. It was to the point where she couldn't move. She was balled up. It was just so much going on that day. So I ended up taking her to the emergency room. When I took her to the emergency room, they take it through the triage. And through the triage, it was a funky ass female nurse, an African nurse. It was an African nurse sitting there. And I ain't gonna never forget, man, she asked, after, you check in, they triage you in. But she asked her, as she was doing her blood pressure, she was like, are you okay? What's wrong? She said, I got cramps. So the first thing she said was, well, that's normal, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Now I said, nah, my daughter's stomach is hurting. This is an issue that she has. So this helper gonna say, I don't think she's in that much pain. A lot of girls, they just be over exaggerating with the pain because, they just want attention, and I see her a lot when they come through here, all this and all that. I said, lady, first and foremost, I've been dealing with this for almost 5 to 6 years on her being on her menstrual cycle, and it's been a problem. She has been to the doctor for this. She's not faking. So she gonna say, well, why you come up here for? We can't just give. I said, ma'am, I'm not even talking to you. Really, you just supposed to do her blood pressure. There's no reason for you to even be asking me these goddamn questions. I'm talking to her just like this. Now I'm talking to her like a nigga. And I don't like talking to women in general like a nigga. But my daughter's in pain, and you try to insinuate certain things. So she gonna holler, well, she might be pregnant. I said, even if she was pregnant, she's still having cramps. So we gotta see what the fuck wrong with her. We gotta see what's wrong with her, but I knew she wasn't pregnant. Yeah, a lot of girls come up here, so it could be gonorrhea. Gonorrhea can make your stomach hurt. I said, lady, let the doctor do this assessment on my daughter. Don't you try to minimize what my daughter, what's going on with me and my daughter. I said, for you to be a nurse and you talking to me like this, it's coming out very hostile like that. And I said, I don't like your tone, and I need to see somebody. I need to see somebody that's over you so I can tell what's going on. So now me and her going back and forth. Now my daughter getting in it too. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter called her the B word. Said, B, who the hell you think you talking to? This is a funky African we talking to. We were so loud in that small little triage up in there that other nurses came in. It was a white lady came in and a black American nurse came in. The white woman looked at the African and told her, step out. Step out. And so the African nurse tried to play the video like, what you mean? I didn't do nothing. Woo, woo, woo. Please, what are you talking about? This is what the white nurse told her, please step out the room right now. We heard everything. We got cameras up here. We seen everything. Step out the room right now. The white nurse came over and was like, hey, we apologize. We understand what's going on. We got a bed ready. Once we do the blood pressure and do her weight, we're going to make sure we see her. Woo, 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 woo. The white woman walk out. It was a black sister up in there. And she's the nurse practitioner that ended up seeing my daughter. She was like, listen, I apologize for that. This African lady, she's been doing this with certain people that come in. Now, I'm already gamed up about these funky ass Africans back in 2000, what, 20? I think that was 2019 or 20, so I already know about the. I said, do she do this to white girls that come up here? She didn't want to really answer that question. But you know how us black Americans communicate with our eyes? It could be a yes or a no. And in our facial expressions, I knew that's what it was. I knew that's what it was. They said, don't worry about it. There's a lot of people been complaining about her. We're going to make sure she gets removed. Well, removed from, I guess, I don't know how nursing works. I guess remove out the floor that she was on, out the ER or whatever it is. But anyway, it just goes to show that, these Africans mean us harm. You know what I'm saying? Just to close out on everything with my daughter, we did find a solution for her, and it did work. And we had to do a method of I forgot what you call this. Damn, y'all been so long ago, y'all. But it was it was like a birth control thing or something that she had to use. Even though birth control is not safe, but it did stop the pain for a while. And she ended up getting off birth control, and then she just started eating healthier and, just moving around and stuff like that. Because she always been a healthy girl. And my daughter weighed like probably 85 pounds soaking wet. So she's a little petite thing. So just see her go through that pain. But I'm so thankful that she's fine now, because that was like a real tough time throughout the years. We tried everything with doctors and everything, but we found someone that it was a Chinese doctor that found a certain solution where I forgot what type of, it wasn't really a medication, it was like a herbal thing that she can take, that at the end, after she got the birth control, at the end, it helped out. And that's one of the reasons why I be happy to see some of my Black American doctors, man, or my Black American nurses, man. It just feels so good. Now, even though some of them could be assholes now, some of my Black American nurses, male and women nurses, can be assholes, but I still feel comfortable knowing that they have my best interests at heart, and I can ask them questions in certain ways. Like if let's say there's a white doctor about to do something, I can say, is he okay for real? Like, I ain't trying to get you to lose your job, but will I be okay? Then someone be like, I'm going to be up in here with you to make sure you fine. Just that right there to say I would be in the room with you just to make sure you're fine while you sleep. That's a great thing to have, man. That's a great thing to have. Shout out to my Black Americans, man, that's in the healthcare game, man. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all are well welcome. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are not welcome, but y'all are appreciated. Yeah, y'all are well appreciated, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all are appreciated, man. We need y'all. Cause these foreigners, man, they don't care about us as Black people. They don't. Even though I ran to a couple good foreign doctors that's not African, I would never let an African watch me, man. I ain't gonna lie, I just don't feel comfortable with them, But I had other doctors that I felt comfortable with, that was either Black American or Chinese or something like that, or Indian, and they did right by me, you know what I mean? But my primary doctor is a Black American woman, so that's what I go to. So shit. But anyway. But yeah, man, that African male nurse, from what I'm hearing, he is fired. That's what a lot of people say. He has been fired. He's no longer working there, which is good. But to my people that ever visited that hospital, if you have a 14-year-old daughter, or if you're an adult woman and you seen this guy and you felt uncomfortable and it was just someone right about this guy, y'all better press charges. Y'all better sue this hospital, because from what I'm hearing, co-workers knew about this guy. Co-workers knew this dude was a freak. They knew he was. They say he was weird as hell. And keep in mind, he's an African. I think he's from Cameroon or something. He's an African from Cameroon. He's an African. And once again, it's bad enough that Black American women and men and children have a tough time finding doctors that they feel safe with. But to let alone have a doctor that will sexualize you in a compromising position. But anyway, what's y'all thoughts on that? Yeah, man, these Africans and these immigrant groups, man, they just want to see us fall. They don't really care about us. And if you feel off with someone, it's your choice to move away, move around, and choose somebody else that you feel comfortable with. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a good one, and salute.